Kevin Watson's murder has already been viewed nearly 2 million times on Facebook as he was killed in the middle of his Facebook Live. In that video, you can see him getting out of his car before hearing a single gunshot fired, happening mere blocks away from this police station here in South Austin.
Get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up?
Kevin Watson's final moments captured on Facebook Live.
Get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up? Hell no!
I've seen other YouTubers make videos about this already, even though it just happened last night. And considering the fact that I have a platform and me and bro from the same hood, I feel like it's only right that I make a video about this. But I want to start it off by saying this is with all due respect, because this was the homie. My condolences to his friends who knew him much better than I did. Even though he was the homie, there are levels to friendship. So I can't act like I was his best friend or anything. But I knew him well. And what's ironic is that I didn't find out via the internet, even though I'm an internet ass nigga these days. I was in the gym and the homie Woo called me. I didn't answer at first, so I texted him and was like, yo. He said, you seen what happened to Tug? I was like, nah, what happened? And he told me. He was like, yeah, bro, I hit you up because I remember you was telling me he was going to be in the next video. I literally just finished talking to Tug about his white BMW being in the video for the Lollipop remix of the Now You a Single Mom. We just talked about this. He got an all-white BMW. We was going to fill it up with Pampers. It was going to be hilarious. You know what's funny is that when I first got his number all them years ago, I don't know how many years ago it was. When I first got his number, I saved it as TOOG. And then I recently learned, like, I don't know, about a year ago, a couple years ago, when I seen his chain, I was like, oh, that's how you spell it. I never changed it. I never bothered to. This is tough. This reminds me of some years ago when my guy Dirty got killed. Dirty was such a good dude also a father. The problem is we have no idea what happened to Dirty. Like, I'm not a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Dirty was outside. But he was a nice guy. So eventually, several years later, I came around. I was asking the guys, like, yo, like, I wanted to wait a little bit of time to ask you this because, like, I didn't want to sound like police, but does anybody even know what happened to Dirty? And it's like, nah, bro, like, nobody knows. It's probably a robbery, but I don't know, man. This is the same neighborhood, my neighborhood, if y'all remember that video where I pulled over the fight between that boy and that girl. And the dude pulled a gun on me because I was recording. He walked past the guy and the girl fighting and pulled a gun on me, the guy holding the toddler. And you know, Chicago, they're going to use this moment to talk about gun violence, how we have to do better. But the people at the top in Chicago are nothing but hypocrites. You know, Y'all talk about how you want to end the violence, but look at the rappers who you promote. Me and Von Off 1700 blew up around the same time last year. Guess who Chicago embraced? Even Corporate, our funniest, most viral internet comedian out here, all of his skits, all of his short films, his episodes, 9 times out of 10, they involve a gun. Because that's culture out here. If y'all really wanted better for people out here, you wouldn't embrace that part of our culture so much, while simultaneously out loud saying we're trying to do better with gun culture out here. Rest in peace to Tug. I'm sorry for your shorty. Shorty is what we say in Chicago for kid. I don't even know what to say, man. He was such a nice guy. He had that raspy ass voice. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not roasting him. I like raspy voices. I think they're really cool. But he was cool. You always gotta take the cool ones. And y'all saw, man, he was on Facebook Live. Not flexing on money, not doing nothing crazy, just talking about an event that happened last night apparently. And here comes somebody hating. I used to smoke with Tug. I'm gonna smoke with Tug today. And just like my homie Dirty, I'm not gonna forget you, bro. Years later, I still go to that same gas station on purpose, so I don't forget Dirty. That was my dude. Tug, you was my dude, bro. And everybody knew you out here. Most people feel the way I feel. Because he was a nice guy. He was well known. Rest in peace to a real one, man. I would say Chicago, we have to do better. But who am I kidding? And Chicagoans don't want us to do better. Because if you wanted Chicagoans to do better, I would have been embraced instead of blackballed. But you guys promote everything that's sexual and violent. And I'm not saying if y'all would have had me around the city that this could have been prevented. But I'm also not saying it.